Costing you 9,450 stone, 1k metal frags, and 2k wood, I believe this is one of the cheapest solo furnace bases in Rust. Let's check it out. Hello everybody, how's it going today? So today I'm bringing you another solo base. This one features a large furnace, and I know I've made a large furnace solo base recently, but I feel this one is better. Through our two airlocks, we got ourselves our main room. This will have your cupboard and your main loot. And I know I'm gonna get one of those comments saying, 2C4 easy loot faggot! And I'm gonna say, shut the fuck up, this is my base build, fuck off. As you see, there is your cupboard, and right next to that is a repair bench and your campfire. Here, this chest design was made by one of my great friends, Scripsy. He's got a YouTube channel for I will link in the description if you want to check out some of his chest room ideas and other cool things. Here's your large furnace. These things are freaking amazing whether you're a solo player or even a group player. If you didn't notice, I removed one of the larger chests to this design and added a small chest. The reason for this is so you can easily get back here and hide some loot, because maybe a raider will skip over it without noticing. Or maybe if your friend has a cloth fetish, maybe you can hide the cloth from him and you'll be able to have some for yourself. I don't know, there's a lot of possibilities for this base. So let's head back into our airlock. I used a different method of getting up to your second floor, in which I'm using what I like to call a door jump. These are much cheaper to use and more efficient to use than ladders and ladder hatches. Right off the bat, we got ourselves two large chests and two small chests. You can use this spot to store anything you'd like, although I personally use it for animal products. Right here is obviously our planter spots, and this floating small planter might have caught your eye. So I've noticed people have been using ladder hatches to stack bags and stack chests. Instead, I'm going to put a planter so I can use it like a shelf, so it's more efficient than using stairs. There's a few spots to store some seeds and hemp. Anyways guys, let's show you how to build it. So one of the biggest questions I get for solo bases is, Taco, how do you expand your base? And in the next boring 30 seconds, I'm going to show you how to do it. So it requires you to remove that triangle and replace it with a square. So whether you want to do it beforehand or after, completely up to you. Next, you're going to complete your honeycomb and add another square. Now continue your honeycomb furthermore by adding two more triangles like this. Now do the same thing that you did to the other side until your foundation plan looks like this. Now to begin this first step, you're going to need everything you see in my inventory, 5.3k stone, 4k wood, etc. Now find yourself a place that would be perfect for your large furnace. Make sure the large furnace is in a flat location and it's not tilted at all. If it is tilted, that's okay, it just means it's a little more annoying to place your walls. Once you found a great area and you're confident it's the perfect area for you, place your furnace down. From there, hop onto one of the ledges of the furnace and place a triangle foundation. You might need to jump a little bit, just make sure it's as close to the furnace as possible. But try not to have it too close, otherwise you won't be able to place walls. From there, go all the way around your large furnace with your triangle foundations. Before upgrading your foundations to stone, make sure you can place walls all the way around. If you can't, redo your foundations. Now remove some of those useless triangle foundations such as these two and only leave the ones that are touching the furnace directly. Now that you're done with that, your foundation should look something like this, kind of like a sheriff star. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to remove this one triangle right here. You can choose any triangle you really want, but I'm going to remove this one. Add two squares like that so you can get your little 2x1. Now it kinda looks like a deformed alien. Now we can finally upgrade our foundations to stone. We'll be upgrading them to metal as soon as possible though. Now add yourself in that one triangle that holds the cupboard and upgrade that to stone as well. Now put down a bunch of doorways and walls, and try not to do too much because you at least want to get one layer on your furnace room. Now you should have just enough stone to do your roof. Once again, like your foundations, these will be upgraded to sheet metal soon. Now, once you're done upgrading your roofs, head over to your doorway and place a triangle foundation. This is where your airlock will go. Obviously, since we don't have code locks in metal, there's no real point to add in an airlock because we're going to be using keys. So add in a wood door and a normal lock. Head over to that corner and try to place your cupboard as tightly to the corner as possible. My tip is to head over to the furnace and rotate it using R and place it there. So other than the fact that they can boost into your base, you're generally safe for now. Start smelting metal and go out farming for more stone. Now get onto your roof somehow. I personally would do this by jumping onto the furnace, but up to you. Hopefully you're quick about this, but anyways, add your second layer onto your furnace room. Now head back into your 2x1. Hopefully your furnace has cooked you at least a little bit of metal, but what you're going to do with this metal is you're going to use it to craft you at least one sheet metal door and at least one code lock. What you're also going to do with it is you're going to place a single doorway and upgrade it to sheet metal. Now add yourself in your sheet metal door and your code lock. Choose the code to your liking, just make sure it's not 1234. The reason for it being sheet metal is because let's say they blow into your furnace room. They'll have to be pickaxing for a longer time than if it was stone. Now do the same thing for the front door. Unlock the lock, remove the lock, then remove the doorway, then add your sheet metal door and code lock. Now we're going to add in our chest room. Place a large chest so it's parallel to the doorway and nearly touching the door. Next, to the right of that, place a small chest. You can rotate the box using R, but make sure it's vertical. Once that's placed, place in your second large chest. You might have to move it back a little bit to readjust it, but it should work perfectly. It might take you a little bit to do some of these placements, but everything should work out fine. Now get your building plan and select the low wall and place it. Upgrade it to stone, whatever you want really, you can upgrade it to wood even. Now add in a small chest farthest to the left, right above that one large chest. Once it's placed, head over to the other side and place a small chest right against the wall as well. You might need to open the door just to get it placed right, but that's okay. Once you're done with that, close the door and place a large chest right in the middle. Make sure it is closer to the one on the right, just so you can place a small lantern right in that crack. If you can't place it on the low wall, you can place it on the large chest. Once you have that lantern placed, place another lantern right in front of the chest. This will be a way for you to get on top. Once you have your second lantern down, jump on top of your chest and place your U-shaped stairs. Rotate the stairs until you can get the platform side facing you. Upgrade that to stone and wood as well, and place another large chest right next to the sheet metal doorway. Now head on over to the other side and place a small chest over there. And this is pretty much how you do this chest combination. Now you can put a few sneaky chests over here, or you can move your cupboard over here so you can access it easier. Now here's your beautiful chest setup, looks amazing. Now place another low wall by your cupboard and add a repair bench on top of that. Now place your sleeping bag anywhere you like, and now you're done with your first floor interior. Now head on outside and upgrade those foundations that are supporting the walls of the furnace room to sheet metal, because you don't want somebody coming up to your furnace and pickaxing their way in. Next, add yourself in another airlock and upgrade it to stone. Now add yourself in a door, so you can't just be door camped. Now head over to this corner and place yourself a small chest so you can get up to your second floor. You'll have to open the door that leads to your loot room so you can jump on top of it. As you saw in the base tour, this will be your method of getting up. Now just add your walls in. Now upgrade your flooring to sheet metal so nobody can just blow to the center and pick upwards. Now we're going to work on our second floor interior. Start off by placing two doorways like that, make sure they are facing outwards. Place yourself a nice little water barrel just so you can drink some water when you're thirsty. Since we're not using ladder hatches or ladders, we can bring buckets of water up here to fill this thing up. Next, get yourself two sheet metal doors and place both of them facing inwards. Obviously, once again, put code locks on it, and place a salvage shelf right here. Place two small chests and two large chests appropriately so you can move around in this room. Now place your large planter. You might need to jump a few times to get a hold of it, but it should be easy. Now place yourself a set of U-shaped stairs. Place your roofs and upgrade them to sheet metal. Add in your floor frame. This is where your ladder hatch will go. Upgrade your ladder hatch frame first, then place your small planter as close to the edge of the stairwell as possible. Place in your ladder hatch, make sure the ladder part sticks through the small planter. Place down your roof, upgrade it to stone, and place a few accessible chests. Now you're not going to be able to get any large boxes in here, but you're going to be able to get some small boxes. These will work better anyways. Now before you go ahead and remove the stairs, open your ladder hatch so it sticks through and remove it then. Otherwise, it will just glitch out and it'll remove the small planter. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it. So anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and peace.